There's a new animated film that came out this week. It's directed by Shane Acker. It's called Nine. Those of you who may have seen some of the short film, was it a single film or is it a series of short films? Okay, short film on YouTube for quite a while and over the internet. The film is called Nine. Tim Burton helped produce it, although that's the only name that people seem to remember. Which I hope it's how you put asses in seats, but I hope it doesn't make people forget the filmmakers here. So we don't have another Nightmare Before Christmas thing going on where people think that not only Tim Burton directed that, but because he went on to direct Henry Selick went on to direct Coraline, people were thinking Tim Burton made Coraline too. But I'm off topic. The film stars a whole bunch of people, but who cares? They play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The sort of doll puppet robots that were created by a scientist who inadvertently created the robot consciousness that destroyed the world. Kind of almost like a steampunk Skynet in this film, where he devised it to be a thinking, working machine that builds other machines, and he was hoping to use this for good, but I think it was some evil chancellor, I think that's what he was called, a prime minister, I think it was a chancellor they were calling him, from some vague European country, kind of Germanish. He was a little French, kind of a little bit. Of course, wanted to use it for warfare, and hey, guess what? It blew up in their faces, destroying all of humanity, leaving the scientist pretty much all by himself. He used the last of his energy to create these doll robots, all marked, numbered, on their backs. And they hold the keys to rebuilding society. It's interesting because it's almost like a less optimistic Wall-E, if you really think about it in some ways. And it's interesting watching CG films kind of grow, because they were around before Toy Story. Yeah, there were a few here and there, but Toy Story really exploded and started this CG revolution that has pretty much taken over. I mean, we're seeing The Princess and the Frog come out this year, and it's being advertised as Return to Cell, and but even though Cell still is on TV, it's been kind of kicked to the curb on the film screen. It's almost to the point where it's like you can make this comparison from the switch from black and white to color films, which I think is unfortunate because I like CG films. I also like cell films. I enjoy both. I don't see any need to choose one over the other, but that seems to be what has been done. People or the studios or what have made this choice, and unfortunately we've gone from the cell films. Problems were if they weren't done as Disney musicals, they were done as knockoff Disney musicals, and eventually that did start to kind of like cave away in the late 90s, but CG thing took over, and what we've seen now is every CG film seems to be super celebrity voiced and has some kind of adventure with either animals or some kind of random things, and there's a whole bunch of fart jokes to make the parents laugh. And none of these stories are very, I don't know, complex or thoughtful or uninsulting. And I mean, you leave it up to Pixar to keep doing this, but they can't seem to make a film that has like a good female lead, by the way. I don't know why that's complicated for them. But we've gone away from the musicals and stuff like that. But, to be honest, this new rotation is just as bad, really. I see less and less animated films as the years progress. Based on this, I'm just sick of, you know, whatever animal film with Ben Stiller or Dennis Leary, but hey, he's got a big butt. You know, I don't care. This film actually does dare to be serious, and it's a pretty brave film, and I'm actually fairly impressed with the fact that it got a wide release, to be honest with you. It really doesn't try to be funny. It doesn't try to give you any kind of false sense of cheeriness, to balance, the very heavy material of the destruction of the world and the fact that these are the last 9 creatures on Earth, essentially, being chased down by what's left of these robots, which are quite creepy. My favorite is the snake, scorpion, spider, baby head robot. It needs to be seen to be believed. And the visuals, the animation is just beautiful in this film. I think it's incredibly well done. I would put this up against some of the Pixar films and the best of the DreamWorks films as far as animation and design. It's just crazy. And yeah, there's some celebrities playing the dolls, but you know what? It really doesn't matter to me. I mean, they could have just got unknowns. What sells to me is the plot and the story and the animation. I mean, that's what anybody really cares about. But there is something that does seem to be, I don't know, there's some kind of missing element to the story that I don't seem, yeah, I can't really seem to articulate it. It does feel like there is something missing. I don't know if it's the human emotion or the story or something you could get behind. I don't know what bullshit terminology you want to use, but there does seem to be something that that just needs to be in the film, and I wish I was a smart enough critic to bring that up. But some people have been mentioning the ending, and I will do a spoiler here. So if you've had your fill of the review and you want to see the movie, you can stop right here, maybe watch it later, because I'm going to talk about the ending a little bit, because some people have been criticizing the ending. And this is when, okay, the spoiler starts, yeah, whatever, it starts right now. And the scientist had energized these puppet robots with his own soul. Each of them has a piece of his own soul. He is the last living being, so these become the last living creatures on Earth. And there's a ending where some of them are turned into pure energy and shot up in the sky, and it turns into rain. And some people have actually criticized that as being pseudo New Agey science kind of shit. And I actually did find that rather uplifting. It's very subtly done that, his soul has been spread out through the world, recreating life. Accurate science, but good. Yeah, I'd say so. I do enjoy this film, and I will give this 4 Ram chips. It's close to a 5 Ram chip, but yeah, there's just I don't know, maybe 4.5 Ram chips. I make up this shit. I can just say 4.5 Ram chips. Okay, 4.5 Ram chips. Anyway, that's it. Push the button, Lindsay.